Welcome back to National Report. Prices at the pump continue to rise as Americans brace for a busy holiday travel season. But watch what happened when President Biden's Energy Secretary, Jennifer Granholm, was pressed on America's oil consumption rate.
How many barrels of oil does the U.S. consume per day?
I don't have that number in front of me, sorry. Obviously, the president does not control the price of gasoline. We in this administration are leaving no stone unturned as we examine the market to figure out what's behind the high prices.
Joining us now, former senior advisor to the U.S. Secretary of Energy during the Trump administration, Victoria Coates. Victoria, welcome to you. Jennifer Granholm has been kind of laughing this off. Earlier this year, of course, she said that climate change is what caused the condo collapse in Florida, and now she doesn't know how much oil we actually do consume. Could you enlighten us, please? Is the 50 million barrels that the president has released from the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, is that going to really do anything?
Well, thank you for having me, and happy Thanksgiving. I think anyone who filled their gas tank this morning before driving to their celebration is not laughing at all, given the extraordinary spike in gasoline prices that we've seen. And I think, unfortunately, Secretary Granholm, is displaying the real disdain that this administration has for consumers, that she doesn't even know how many barrels per day. Is it 18, 19, 20 million barrels per day, which really renders this gesture that the president made pretty meaningless. And I think the key point for your viewers is that this is not what the Strategic Petroleum Reserve is designed to do. That is for wars, hurricanes, emergency situations, not because of inconvenient politics for the White House.
Yeah, I mean, clearly they looked at the poll numbers. They've shown a tone deafness when it comes to this. This is really hitting a lot of businesses and individuals hard, and then they decided to just do something before the president jetted off. They're saying that this is transitory, though, Victoria, but when do you really see gas prices returning to normal? Or because of these policies and they're declaring war on the petroleum industry, do we expect these prices to come down at all?
It's very difficult to see, primarily because the administration has chosen to pick a fight with the country generally known as the central bank of oil, which is Saudi Arabia. Mm-hmm. And rather than try to partner with the Saudis as a major producing country, the United States is one of the three biggest producers of energy, along with Russia and Saudi. Why shouldn't we reach out to the Saudis? Ask them why do y'all want to be part of OPEC at this point with the Russians and the Venezuelans and the Iranians? Can we come to some other arrangement by which we work together to stabilize markets? Instead, the president has been alternating between pleading with them to pump more oil and trying to bully them. Neither approach works particularly well with Saudi Arabia. We've had a 70-year alliance with the kingdom. It can be a very powerful friend, but we're certainly not treating them like one.
And the Biden administration has also abandoned them in Yemen, and that has also caused friction. Victoria, here's what the president had to say about his climate change plan in regards to those rising gas prices. Watch.
I also want to briefly address one myth about inflated gas prices. They're not due to environmental measures. My effort to combat climate change is not raising the price of gas.
Now, usually when you say that something, you feel compelled to say that something isn't responsible for it, it actually is. Your response to his comments there?
Well, I would take issue with his use of the term myth. I think you can very clearly draw a line between the chilling effect the Biden environmental policies have had on our fossil fuels industry and the rising prices. And that's because you have activists, board members on our majors aggressively pressuring these companies not to invest in additional capacity for our fossil fuels industry, and instead they buy back stock, they give big dividends. These are popular with shareholders, obviously, but very, very dangerous for the future of our industry, and it makes the product more and more expensive. So yes, there is a direct line between what they've done over the last 10 months and what we're seeing at the pump.
All right, I want to thank you, Victoria Coates. We appreciate you being here and for your insights on this issue.
Thank you. Take care.